Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at your forecast for June 2021. So what I'm going to do is, first and foremost, I'm going to break down the energies and the numerology for the collective that could come up and surface in June. And then I'm going to dive deeper into your personal life path number. So before we get started, I just want to mention that this is, of course, a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So the month of June collectively is a universal 11-2 energy. So this is going to be a time for pronounced intuitive insights and strengthening of intuitive and psychic abilities. So you may feel the pull this month to really tune into your own inner compass for guidance. Dreams can be especially vivid and intense during this cycle, so pay close attention to what comes up for you in your dreamscapes. And that can also be in daydreams. So they may hold valuable messages for you. And so it's very beneficial for you to spend some time with those dreams. And again, even your daydreams, if you journal about them, kind of feel into them and see what messages they may hold for you. If you are struggling with deciphering that message and you'd like some assistance, I do offer dream interpretation. So just book some time with me and let's explore further. So this month we may find collectively that our emotions are particularly heightened during this cycle. So this isn't necessarily a good or a bad thing. It just simply is a reminder that we are emotional beings. And if something's coming in strongly for us this month, happy or sad, what we feel may be good or bad emotionally, then it's because it's asking to be truly felt and experienced. So avoidance will not work here, and this will give you an opportunity to remember that through the emotions that are meant to be felt, that whole range of emotions, they are not meant to control us or completely derail us, but they are meant to be felt and worked through and wisdom pulled from them, right? From that experience. So if you feel hyper emotional this month, work on ways to feel the emotion without losing yourself within it or without staying sort of trapped within it, if that makes sense. Give yourself the time and the space and the grace to be able to feel what comes up for you, but don't get trapped there. Find your center and then continue to find your way back to it when things begin to feel a little too intense, okay? Not saying that if things get intense, you should fall into avoidance mode, because sometimes it's going to feel intense. But if you feel like you start to get trapped within your emotions or your emotions become more in control of the situation, then that's a time that's your indicator to come back to your center, to find your balance. So you may feel a tremendous amount of joy and happiness this month. And if so, fully immerse yourself within that rather than sort of shaming yourself for feeling so good. Sometimes we have a tendency to do that. You do deserve to experience the joys in life. It doesn't always need to be about lessons, soul growth, and work. So there's plenty of beautiful soul growth to be had through enjoyment and bliss. This month, if an emotion surfaces for you, allow yourself the space, the time to feel through it without shame or judgment. Too often, we and society tend to shame those who give themselves the opportunity to feel an emotion or express an emotion. So I think this month it's going to come in pretty strongly. Those emotions that need to be felt and dealt with. And even those emotions that we don't allow ourselves to feel when it comes to happiness, joy, celebration, gratitude, whatever the case may be. So if there's an emotion that you have been tucking under the rug or not allowing yourself to fully experience, whether it's good or bad. Not that there are necessarily bad emotions, but you know what I'm saying. This is going to be a month where I think we're going to have an opportunity to really feel into them and, again, move through them in a way where we're not in avoidance. This is also going to be a month for decisive action. So this can feel a little bit uncomfortable if you're someone who is often indecisive. So sudden events may require very distinctive, decisive action on your part. So this is going to be a time to trust yourself and trust your inner guidance. Pay attention to your mindset and the attitudes around circumstances that surface for you, and try to determine how a shift within those perspectives could produce for you a more desirable result in the future with those decisions that you make today. So if you're capable of channeling those energies into something more positive and worthwhile, then you can really accomplish more now in this 11-2 cycle than in any other cycle that we experience. Master energy, which 11-2 is master level energy, equals master accomplishments if we work with the energy. So this month, when things come up for you, the thing to remember is, am I avoiding this for some reason? And if I am, why am I avoiding it? And that can, again, be about emotions, difficult conversations, decisions that need to be made, whatever comes up for you. If you find yourself in avoidance mode, then that is a big indicator for you that you need to pause and find ways to face it head on, deal with it, and make those important decisions, those elevated decisions that are going to help promote something much more beneficial for you in the future and in the days to come, in the days, the months, the weeks, and years to come. So this is a big month. This is a big energy. And so again, it's always what we choose to do with it, but I anticipate that we'll be feeling some master level energy surface this month, and we'll have some opportunities to really master those energies in the way that we are capable of doing so in this time, at this time. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get into your particular life path number. Okay, life path number 5. So I pulled an animal spirit card for you all, and you got Starfish Spirit. And Starfish's message is, be open to infinite possibilities. So one thing I would mention about this is, if there is anywhere within your life where you consciously feel like you are undeserving of something or unworthy of something, then this is going to be a month, I think, where you're going to be asked to explore why you feel that way. Where does that stem from? Is that something that was inherited through your DNA, through generational trauma or something along those lines? Is it something that you were sort of conditioned to believe about yourself, given your upbringing or society? Or is it something that an experience taught you that, to believe that about yourself? And I feel like you're just going to be asked to explore where that feeling comes from, and then start to take the steps to overcome that sort of blockage, right? Because the universe is infinite, and the abundance of the universe is infinite, and we are children of the universe. So we have access to that infinite of possibilities, right? And so I think Starfish's message is, just find your awareness this month about where it is that you feel that you deserve lack, or you are undeserving of abundance, or unworthy of something, whether it's love or resources or whatever, relationships, and explore that further, because you are worthy. You are infinitely abundant, and you can't necessarily screw up what the universe is trying to send you, right? So it's like, if you are meant to receive abundance, you can't sort of stop that from coming in, right? Like you can't you can't mess it up. You can feel really uncomfortable when it arrives, though, and that can affect your experience. And so then you don't recognize the abundance, perhaps, or you don't recognize, what it is that you could be grateful for, or whatever the case may be, because you feel uncomfortable with the receiving of it. So I think this is just going to be a month for you all fives to really recognize where you've got some limiting beliefs about yourself and about your worthiness, and to try to open yourself up to those infinite possibilities so that when they do come in, they don't make you feel so uncomfortable or shameful or whatever the case may be, right? Because it's that feeling of unworthiness that creates the uncomfortableness when we actually receive the things that are meant for us. So keep that in mind as I move through the reading, because I can see where this is going to start showing up. Okay, so I broke I broke the month down into 4 weeks, and we start the month off with the first week of, I kind of see like this is that energy of the emotions that I was talking about with this 11-2 collective cycle that we're all in June. Because I see like this could be a little bit of emotionally challenging week for you all fives, in the sense that I see something maybe not working out for you around work, partnerships, and I feel like they're business partnerships, collaborations, some kind of business venture. I see something maybe like not working out there, and it feels like something that you're kind of emotionally invested in. And I can see how you might see that it's a failure or a negative. And I would say, obviously feel those feelings that come up for you, work through anything that comes up for you. But I feel like this is a redirect that you need. I feel like maybe this path was no longer working, or it was headed down a path that was just going to derail you. And so I just see this shift happening where you're like moving in a different direction. And though that can feel a little bit abrupt or disheartening when you're in it, because again, I feel like you were maybe emotionally invested in this and now it's not working out. But just understand that it's not working out for a reason, and you're going to understand that reason later on. So it's almost like, it's interesting because I'm almost feeling like the partnership maybe isn't right, the contract isn't right, maybe the space isn't right, something like that. Or if you're like in a job and you get fired or something like that, it just wasn't the right fit for you. And you would be feeling that, right, at some level. So, work through whatever comes in for you. I can understand that it would be a disappointment at first, but just understand that you're being prepared for something better. And I say that because I can see like sort of you taking the reins and doing something maybe on your own, or really stepping into more master energy of like mastering something or becoming the master at something. And I'll get into that as we move later into the month. But anyway, just understand that whatever this is that's coming in the first of the month has to happen to sort of pave the way for what really wants to come in for you, right? Which brings me to week 2, because again, I see like a tremendous amount of joy wanting to come in for you, and like a tremendous amount of happiness, family fulfillment, maybe building a family, or creating a family, whatever the case may be. But I am also seeing this theme of the give and the take, and like you having an issue with the receiving. So again, I see like a tremendous amount of joy wanting to come in for you. And again, you can't mess that up. What's meant for us will find us. But I see you being really like uncomfortable with the receiving of it. And so that's why I say be really aware of what makes you uncomfortable and why. Because if something really good is trying to come in for you and you feel uncomfortable in that, like undeserving of that, then there's work to be done there so that you can enjoy this beauty that wants to come in for you, or that is coming in for you, but that you can't fully embrace because you feel unworthy of it. So I feel like you're going to have an opportunity this second week to really see that come to fulfillment, like really see that come to fruition, where it's like something really powerful or beautiful comes in, and because you feel unworthy or undeserving, you then feel shame around it, and it sort of minimizes the potential of what this could be for you, right? So again, you can't screw up what's trying to come in for you. It's going to come in, but it's how it makes you feel when it comes in, and not fully appreciating it for what it is because you don't feel worthy of it. So I feel like you're going to have an opportunity that second week of June to really focus on that and to work through that so that you can fully appreciate whatever this is. And I'm telling you, it's like in tarot, it would be like the 10 of Cups. So like full on joy, fulfillment, stability, happiness, family support, relationship support, whatever the case may be. But again, there's something there about feeling like unworthy of it or non-deserving and really uncomfortable with the receiving end of it, okay? So work through that the best that you can, but be aware of it and so that you can start that process of working through it. Then we step into the third week, and this is the energy that I was talking about, like you becoming the master of something. So I feel like whatever happened the first week is really opening your eyes to a new opportunity come this third week. So it's like the third week, you may decide to go back to school. You may decide to open your own business. You might decide to get a different partner or join a different partnership somewhere else. I feel like whatever this is, it's like allowing you to step into your purpose, into your potential, into something that brings you a lot more joy. And so where maybe the past thing, you could see where it could have been a dead end, I feel like you're going to get a glimpse of the true potential of your purpose and like what you can contribute. And so I almost feel like in the previous experience, you were maybe more stifled or more reserved, maybe more restrained. I feel like you're going to have an opportunity to really open up with this new venture. And I think it could be, it's going to be something that takes time. It's not going to be something that's going to happen overnight, because I do sort of see you like getting a glimpse of like, I've always wanted to write a book, so let me write a book. And then you write a book, and then you become this world-renowned author. And then you travel the world, talking about the book and giving motivational speeches or whatever the case may be. So you're building to that expertise. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, but I see like you can kind of get a glimpse of like the path that you're meant to be on, like what really nurtures your soul, what really like allows your soul to sing, right? And step into all of its glory. So again, I feel like that's going to come in and make itself known. And then it's what you do with that energy that's going to be important, but just know that it's going to be a process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. Fourth week, it's interesting because there is so much beautiful energy coming in for you all this month. But I also see that energy of like shame and feeling unworthy. So I definitely feel like Starfish is coming in for a reason, saying be open to the infinite possibilities, because those possibilities are coming in for you. But again, you may not recognize them if you don't feel worthy of them. So again, pay really close attention to those things that make you feel uncomfortable when there's no logical reason for them to make you feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? If you saw it happening for somebody else, you would be like, wow, you're so lucky. How are you attracting all of this abundance? How are you attracting all of this happiness? But when it's coming in for you, because you don't feel worthy of it, you see it as it's something to be shameful over, right? Or to feel, again, unworthy of. So I see that theme really strongly this month, because I also see just a tremendous amount of abundance, opportunities, beautiful joy coming in for you all this month. But it's going to be about how you receive it that I think is going to make all the difference. Last week of the month, I see a tremendous amount of joy coming in, again, around relationships. So I feel like this could be perhaps a proposal. Maybe you'll meet somebody new. Maybe you meet somebody that you previously thought was out of your league, right? And you're being asked to be open to the possibility of you being in the same league as this person, right? So yeah, tremendous amount of joy and just powerful stuff coming in for you all this month. But it comes back to the mindset. I think that's going to be a big one for you all this month, to work through that lack mentality, that those limiting belief systems that like I said, I don't really necessarily believe that when we believe we're not worthy of it, it doesn't come in. I think it does come in, but it makes us feel a way that we're not fully able to appreciate it, right? So just pay attention to, like I said, what are those things that are coming in for you this month that if they were happening for another person, you would feel sort of envious that they're attracting this sort of abundance or relationship or whatever it is. But for you, you're feeling shame around it. So why? Like, that's the thing. I think that's the work this month for you all. If you can work through that and get to a place where you feel deserving of it, I think this is going to be a really beautiful month for you all. Like, I think it's going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of opportunities for growth, but in a good, powerful way, not like another challenge, another lesson. So yeah, work on the receiving. And I think that you'll be surprised when you fully recognize how much you've been receiving, but that you've been uncomfortable with receiving. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. But at the end of the month, I see a lot of joy and contentment coming in around relationships. So a lot of maybe mending there with maybe past relationships where there was some turbulence, but really beautiful energy. So I hope that it's a beautiful month for you all. I hope that you're able to receive it with gratitude and with joy. And yeah, I will be back again soon. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in and for your support. I appreciate each of you, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.